Penda had marched into Northumbria, besieging King Oswald of Bernicia in the north of the kingdom. Allegedly, treasure was offered for the Mercian to go away. On their withdrawal, Penda's army was attacked by Oswald in a vulnerable position next to the River Winwaed. The Mercian horde, by this time weakened by desertions, was soundly defeated. Bede says that more were drowned in the flight than destroyed by battle. Penda's head was cut off, Mercia's position of dominance shattered, and Northumbrian dominance restored. Here's the map I'll be using from the Shield Wall supplement. You can see the Mercian line in front of the River Winwaed and the Venetian deployment in, I assume, to be a slightly higher area to their northeast. And here is how it translates to my table. So the River Winwaed at the bottom and left of the board, that will be impassable. Small stream coming into that from the top, and on the left hand side of the table that will be a medium obstacle. There is high ground to the top right hand side of the board, which will be the Northumbrian entry point, and the Mercians will be in front of the river to the bottom and centre of the table. Patches of bog around the confluence of the River Winwaed and the stream will be medium obstacles, rough ground will be minor obstacles, and wooded areas will block line of sight and movement where appropriate. So Penda's army, there they are, Penda front and centre with his champion Cuthbert. We've got the two nobles, Keenaburger and Keenabanger. Behind them, two groups of Hearthguard, 6 groups of warriors, and 2 groups of missiles. And here's Oswald with the Northumbrian army. Now, in this time of history, Oswald's brother Oswiu was king of Bernicia, Northumbria having split, but I've allowed Oswald to continue because he won the Battle of Maserfield. With him, he has his champion Aop Lad and the nobles Elfrich and Elfnick. He has 3 groups of Hearthguard, 6 groups of warriors, but no missiles. Okay, here's Penda with his Hearthguard. He's already in a fairly lengthy shield wall. Archers on the left and on the right, and the River Winwaed behind him, and up on the hill are the Northumbrians. So Oswald and his army up on the hill, looking down to the massed Mercians by the banks of the Winwaed. As a reminder, the campaign points so far, it really is a 2-horse race between Oswald and Penda to become Bretwalda. As this is the last battle of the campaign, it is winner takes all. And these, if they are relevant, are the campaign points. So defeating an enemy 3 points, +1 if different religion, and they are different religion. Penda is still pagan. Defeating enemy king 3 points, +1. Killing enemy noble or champion at 1 point, and because the Mercians are caught on the river, they escape, they get 1 point. There are no multiple lords for this game. There was talk in some of the sources about the Welsh being involved, but others say they disappeared before the battle started. Anyway, so it's just Oswald and Penda and their single armies, but I will do full preliminaries, including the Fight of the Champions, Bebemus, Begnino Numine, and speeches. Okay, we have the Battle of the Champions to start us off. We have Cuthbert for the Mercians and Aop Lad for the Northumbrians. Just dice off to see who has the initiative, and it is Aop Lad. Right, I use a average dice with a bit of judicious decision on top. So it's 3, so Aop Lad's being conservative. He'll have 3 attack dice. And Cuthbert will he'll have 2, so he's been he'll have 2 attack dice. Okay, so attacks, it's 5s and 6s to hit, nothing from Aop Lad, and Cuthbert coming back, nothing. Okay, next round. Aop Lad again, he's still a bit cautious, he'll have 3. Cuthbert again, 2. Right, 1 hit. 4 defence is no defence, so old Cuthbert is wounded. That's the first wound. His attack is nothing. Hey up lad, he's going for the kill. He's going to have 4 attack dice. And Cuthbert, he can't have 5, he's only got 4 dice anyway. Can't have 4, so he's going to have 3. Alright, so the attack dice from Hey up lad is 2 hits, and Cuthbert only has 1 defence. And so he takes another 2 wounds. He's on 3. Alright, his attack is again useless. So he's on 3 wounds. So he's down to 2 dice. I think he'll try 1 more round. So A up lad, he's going for the kill now. He's going to be hitting with 4. I think it's a straight 1 and 1 for Cuthbert. Can't do anything else. Oops. Right, here we go. Attacking 2 hits. Now if Cuthbert can't defend that, and he can't, he takes 2 more wounds and he's killed. So Cuthbert is dead. Penda ain't happy with that and will go scurrying back to his lines. And meanwhile, old Oswald's more than happy with A up lad and gives him another couple of beers. So following the clash of the champions there and the death of Cuthbert, the Northumbrian force morale is now up to 8. Right, it's Bibamus time. Let's have a few swigs of mead and ale and see what happens. So Northumbrians get 4, add 2 points to force morale. Okay, they're now up to 10. And the Mercians get 5, add an additional d6 per group in the first round of close combat, and 1 Bibamus card in the deck. Not much chance of me remembering the dice 6 per group in the first round of combat though. We'll see. Right, consulting the gods, Begnino Numine. 1 for the Mercians, add 2 portentous signs cards to the fate deck and reduce the fate card deck by 1 and force morale by 2. Oh dear, that is the Mercians down to 6 force morale. That is not good. However, 5 for the Northumbrians. Our God is with us. Add 2 points to the force morale level. Oswald's whipping them into a frenzy. They're up to 12. Penda seriously needs to motivate his troops now. And I think he might have just done that. Oh, noble Caesar. Increase king or warlord status by 1 and force morale by 1. So well done then. So they're up to 7, and Penda will be level 4. And for the Northumbrians, oh piteous spectacle, reduce the player's hand by 1 fate card and the force morale level by 1. Okay, so they're now down to 11. Right, so the Mercians have Goad, Aggressive Charge, Desperare and Shield Wall braced for their cards, and they are on a force morale of 7, which is pretty low actually, not overly good for them. Anyway, the Northumbrians will have Goad, Aggressive Charge, Carpe Diem and Bounding Move, and their force morale is 11. That's it, we're ready to go. Let battle commence. Right, first card up is Elfrich. He's just simply going to get this group to move up, and well, they probably can't actually because of the trees, so they'll both move forward. 3 dice less 1 pip because of that, so they go 4. Until the other groups move to the left. And they'll do that, and they'll just go on the side, but they can't join up. Alright, so Penda's up. Yeah. I think he might get his... Let's say get his defensive formation in between these 2 woods. I think he'll do that. He'll move up. Losing 1 pip per dice. What he doesn't want to be is too close to the river, because he'll be in trouble if he starts to retreat. Anyway, so he goes 11, which gets him nicely in between those 2 little copses. There we are. Right, Oswald. So I think really he wants to wait until he's got another group of warriors to his right at least, so just hang on, he'll change some cards. Right, the missiles here, they're just going to get up as quickly as they can. So they'll go 13. Leader 1 for the Mercians, so that's Keenaburger. Again, like previous battles, they can't do too much when they're in the same line as their lord, so he'll be drawing cards as required and replacing them. Right, Elf Nick will get his formation to the right hand side of Oswald here. They'll lose 1 pip per dice there, so they'll go 9, or 8 rather, which gets them over there, and then that's 1, and they'll join up for 2. And finally, Keenabanger, I guess he's going to come around behind those missiles there. They will go 12, but less 3 because of this rough ground here. So well, I'll probably just about go here. End of turn. Right, Penda is up first. I don't think he really wants to move forward and lose the cover of those copses. So he's just going to hold. He'll swap a card out. Right, Oswald. Yeah. Difficult. I've got some good cards for him. He's got the Royal Flush of Carpe Diem and Strong Arm and the old Aggressive Charge, but that's a long way to go and there's some rough ground here. So Strong Arm's out of the question, I think. So what does he do? I think for the moment he holds. On the left flank, however, these guys can join up for 1. They're so close, so they're joined up, and Elf Rich will get his formation to advance, -1 on each dice, so they go 5 only. Well, that's not too bad actually. Going down off the hill. Okay, that'll do. Right, for the Mercians, Keenabanger. Now, he's got the missiles in the way. He's got rough ground here. So, yeah, he'll just have to wait because these guys got to get out of the way, really. Right, now they're up. They will move 2 dice off to the flank. They go 11, so it's nicely there. And they will fire at this group of warriors. Yeah, I suppose they've got this in the way, so it's going to say 6s to hit. That's 1 hit and no effect. Right, these guys are going to play a fleet of foot and move up. Probably don't need to play a fleet of foot, but they still will. They might as well have only got 8. They're not affected by the rough ground, but that's a nice position to be in, and they'll start peppering the right flank. Right, so this time it's 4, 5, 6 to hit. 1 hit, and it's 4, 5 shock, 6 kill. That is 1 point shock. So the end of the turn, everybody's funny old thing lining up with their shield wars. The right flank here, they got 3 on 3. But the main event, obviously, with the 2 lords, or kings rather, in the middle. And Oswald should have the advantage. We'll see how it goes. Right, Elfrich is up. He's got to go for it. He'll play Aggressive Charge. He'll lose 1 pip per dice coming through the rough ground there, but that is 11, so that's more than enough. Well, say more than enough, just enough. There we go. Straight 20 for both sides, and it is the Mercians going first.
they're hitting on 3s because of that aggressive charge. So that's 5 on each. That's a good hit. And coming back, hitting on 4s. That's pretty woeful actually. 2, 2, 2, and the extra one on Elf Rich in the middle. Okay, they're all warriors, these guys. So that's 1 kill, 3 shock here. No noble there. And on the middle group is 4 shock. And on the right hand group, 1 kill, 1 shock. So I think the Mercians did pretty well there. Right, damage on the Northumbrians is 1 shock. Elfrich's group, 1 shock. And the left hand group is 2 kill. Well, that was lucky because at that stage they were looking like the Mercians were going to go back. Lucky for the Mercians, so it's net 0, 2 each. Right, any excess shock? No, so they go again. So this time it's going to be 4, plus 4 is 8, plus 5 is 13, 14, 15. And for the Mercians, 6, 12, 16, 18. Right, I knew I'd forget, 1 dice 6 in the first combat for the Mercians because of the booze effect. So they got a further 2 hits. So that would have evened up the hits on the Northumbrians. So 1 on here is 4, 1 point of shock, and 1 on there is no effect. So they would actually be 2 shock. So they'll have 1 less dice for this attack now. Okay, Northumbrian attack. On 4s this time, there's no aggressive charge. Three, 3, 2. And for the Mercians, okay, that's pretty good. 3, 3, and 3. All right, left-hand group of Mercians is 1 kill, 1 shock. So they're on 4 shock with 4 of them. Centre group is 2 shock. So they're now on 6. And the right-hand group is 1 kill, 1 shock. So again, that's 2 killed. Right, Northumbria's right-hand group is 1 kill, 1 shock. So they're up to 3 shock. Centre group with Elfrich is 1 kill. Is it on Elfrich? It's not. 2 kills. And finally, left-hand group is 1 shock. So 4 with 4, 6 with 6, and that is it. They stay in combat. There is no winner there. It's another net 0. Okay, Elf Nick, just take off that point of shock. Penda is up, but again, I think he's just going to hold. What's interesting, we just had Keenabanger come up, so this fight restarts. So it's going to be 2, 5, 8, 9, 10. And for the Northumbrians, 4, 9, 13, 14, 15. Alright, so Mercians first. 4, 5s and 6s. That's all things considered, not too bad. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 2 on each. And coming back on the Mercians. Oh, I was on 6, I remember that one. One, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, that's pretty even. Right hand group of Northumbrians, 2 shocks. They're up to 5 now. Shocks piling on everywhere. No effect. And left-hand group is 1 kill. Okay, left-hand group of Mercians, 2 kill. Oh, that's critical. That's a rout. That's a disaster for them. In the centre is 1 kill. Is it on Kina Jobby? It's not. Boldy's got it. And on the right hand group is another kill here. So that is, well, it's net 3 this time to the Northumbrians. So it's going to be not very good for the Mercians. Right, so let's withdraw a minimum of 6. Right, let's deal with this lot here first. They go back 6 and they rout. And they're in the river and they die. These guys and these guys will both go back 6. If excess, yes, add 2 more points of shock. So they are now 5 with 8. All right, so they don't run away there anymore, which is good for them. These don't have excess shock. So the group opposite these guys routed. Do they charge after them? They do. It's equal or less than. They go 2 dice 6, so they go 7. The remainder of Elfrich's formation advance 2. End of combat, but it's a bad things happen for the warrior group. 2. That's -1. And the Mercians are on 6. They have a very dodgy force morale, and that might be their undoing. Right, it's decision time for Oswald. I think he's got to go for it, really. He could be fanning around on that hill. They could be shouting all they want, but ultimately they've got to get in at some stage. So, he's card heavy. It's a bounding move. He's got to try and see if he gets there. I can't play the strong arm because he'll never get that. Carpe diem and aggressive charge. They get an extra 3 dice for that in combat if they get there. So it's 4 dice less 1 pip per dice, which means it's 4. So they go 11. And it's not enough. So Oswald, my old shiner, you've blown it. You got rid of those 3 cards very well. Right, now it's the missiles. The last groups to go of the turn, so they can just turn around and fire in the rear here. They don't get any bonus for firing in the rear, but now they can shoot in the open. That's 3 hits. It's 4, 5 shock, 6 kill. Oh, look at that, it's 2 kills. Ooh, that's interesting. And on the other side, they are effectively just going to do the same thing. 4, 5, 6 to hit. 1 hit. Are they going to be as lucky as the other ones? No, they're not. That's 1 shock, though. Okay, so very interesting developments on the Mercian right flank. They've been pushed back. But the Northumbrians still looking a bit dodgy there after that hit by the missiles. Meanwhile, in the centre, they're right up close now. They're gnashing their teeth on their shields. They're banging their spears. They're giving their war chants. But they're still not in combat. Okay, next round, right. Keener Banger has just drawn a card. He's got a portentous sign, so that's useful for the Mercians. But interestingly, also, the Northumbrians have got Bebamus. They've just picked that one up as well. Anyway, it is Elf Rich now, which is good for them because they're sadly depleted. What can he do with these guys? He's out of command range. You can't tell him to move, so they'll have to move back as an uncommanded group. I think really all he can do there is take off those 2 points of shock. Right, bad news for the Northumbrians because the missiles are up again. So that's 2 hits this time. If you get another 6, then that group's finished off. They do. They're gone. And the other group of missiles, that's 3 hits. That's also another kill. Right, so Oswald is going to play Bibamus. So I can force one group to charge 2 dice 6 towards the nearest enemy. So Penda's got his half guard here. So I'm going to take this group here, get them to charge forward. They'll go 2 dice 6. Oof. They are overexcited and they're in on their own, which means that they're going to be outnumbered. So I'll work out some dice. Right, I think the Mercians are on 7. They've got 6 plus 1 for the Bibamus effect on the first round only. So away they go, and that's a fantastic hit, all things considered. That's 5 on these guys. Now they're half guard, so it's 6, 7 for them, and I'm allowing 2 guys from each side to fight as well. And they are hitting on again 4, 5, 6 years. Not too bad either, but actually, okay. But they are warriors. So on the half guard, oh, look at that. Look at that. 2 kill, 2 shock. This could be a disaster for old Oswald. But these warriors, like I say, so let's going to see what happened here. And that's cocky. Right. Well, that's 2 kills. So that's good for the Northumbrians. 1, 2, so it's net 0, but 4 shock. Right, now they have 2 only, and that's 2 hits. And these guys will have 3, 4 for being elite, 5, 6, 7, 8. But only 3 hits. Poor. Right, effect on the half guard is nothing. Effect on the warriors is, that's cocky, 1 kill. So they're excess. They will go back 1 inch. Now I'm assuming that the whole line can advance 1 inch with them, even though obviously they're not all involved in the fight. And that was 2 rounds of combat, so combat ends. However, Oswald's card is up, so he activates the formation and that fight starts again, I guess. Yeah, do I want to do that? Or do I strong arm Penda here and go in for the kill? Do you know what? I think I might. Right, so we're playing Carpe Diem and Strong Arm for the Northumbrians. It's going to be Hearthguard against Hearthguard. Penda is status 4, but he's got no champion. So there's nothing to stop them going 2 inches, so they're in. And we'll do the Strong Arm, which is 12 dice. 5s and 6s will be shock. So that's going to be 4 shock, 2 on each. Which means 2 less dice. Alright, so for the Northumbrian it's going to be 6. There's no plus for elite because they're against elite, so it's 6. 12 plus 5 there is 17. Plus the 2 cards is 19. And Penda's gang will be 12 less the 2 for shock. There is 10 plus 4 is 14. And actually, Penda is playing Shield Wall Braced. Right, so the Mercians will be hitting on 5s and 6s. Oh, that's a real shame, isn't it? Look at that. That was a bit of a fantastic hit. I mean, it's not bad anyway, but because of that Shield Wall Braced, there's another one there as well. So it's 3 on each. Going back on the Northumbrians. Is 4 and 3. Okay, damage on Penda's group there is 1 shock. They're all Hearthguard here, so this might be a very bloody difficult fight. 2 shock. Everybody's going through cards like anything. They've only got 4 each. The Mercians are going to play Portentous Signs on the group with Oswald. So that's 1 shock, but an extra 2 because of that card. they get 3 shock, and the other group of Hearthguard is 1 shock, 1 kill. Right, so net 1. Withdraw if excess shock. Nobody's got excess shock, so there you go again. Now this time the Mercians will have 5, plus 4 is 9, plus 4 is 13. Before I do anything, there should have been 2 other dice because of the booze. That was an extra hit, which would have been on that group, and that would have been another kill. Right, so it was net 2, and that's 4 back 1 inch per shock on groups. So these guys will go back 3. These guys will go back 1, but because they're within 2, they can stay. That is very lucky for Oswald. And these guys will be advancing 2. But the combat is broken. Now, would you believe it? Penda's cards come right up. Ooh. Well, he's got aggressive charge. I think he's got to go for it. Well, he can draw a card. Nothing useful. It's a true aim, but he's got aggressive charge. So he's playing that. It's -4. So if he rolls very low, he might not actually get there. He doesn't. He doesn't move. Look at that. Oh, he's blown it. So they just stay there. They're all excited, but cometh the minute they can't actually do it. They bowled it. Keeney Banger, I think realistically all he can do is take off 2 points of shock. And old Elf Nick over here, he can take off that 1 point of shock there. Okay, uncommanded groups, they're going to retire there and join up with Elf Rich, which they just about do, but they'll be facing the wrong way. And not a formation. Right, thinking about that again, when Elf Nick activated, he took off a point of shock. I'm thinking that because that formation is activated, and they're in combat with these, then this gets restarted. I don't know whether that's right or wrong, but that's what I'm going to go for. This group of warriors will have 1 dice, and the Hearthguard here will have 3, 4 for being elite. So that's 4 hits for the Northumbrians, a miss for the Mercians. The damage on them is a disastrous 2 kill. Well, that's it, they're gone. Or should I say he's gone, because you've got another 3 shock on top of that. 2 shock rather. So he's up to 6. So he's got to go back 5. And he routs and chucks himself in the river and dies. Now, do they go chasing after? They do, because they're on 2 shock and it's 2 or less, and they go 2 dice. They go 9. So they can't control themselves. Away they go. So successful combat, but it's become very ragged in the centre here. For the Mercians, it's bad things happen for a warrior group, which is 3. And that's 2 points, and the Mercians are on 4. Right, now it's the end of turn. So on the Northumbrian left flank, Mercian right as we look, the Northumbrians get themselves organised, but there's a bit of standoff there, there's a bit of shot going around. In the centre, obviously, you have the clash of the Hearthguard, that's ongoing. And the rest of the shield walls, respectively, again, a little bit ragged. Okay, next round, Penda's real challenge, he's up first, is the fact that he's on force morale of 4. I'm not quite sure what he's going to do, but I guess he just gets in here. Okay, he's got -4. This time they are in. Five plus 4 is 9, plus 4 is 13. And for the Northumbrians, it's 5 plus 4 is 9, 14. So, here we go, attacking with the Mercians. That's 3 on each. And coming back is a very good hit, actually. Penda's in a bit of bother, I think. Right, okay. That is 1 kill, 2 shock. And up to 5 is the kill on Oswald. It's not. Another group of Hearthguard is 1 kill. Okay, so that's 2 kill. Coming back on Penda's group is 1 kill. Is it on Penda? No, it's not. And the other group is 1 kill, 2 shock. So that is 2 kill each. Is there any excess shock? Yes, these guys have 1. They'll go back 1. I nudged that. I'm not quite sure what that was on, so I've given them 2 shock. Now, there was no win, so the Northumbrians do not follow up. Combat ends. Right, Banger is up now. He'll take off another 2 points of shock. The missiles, they're still around and they're still causing trouble. 1 hit, no effect. And on the other side of the battlefield, it's again 1 hit. They're not rolling particularly well. And that's another point of shock. Keeps going on, keeps coming off. Okay, Kinneberger's up now. Like I say, the Mercians are in trouble now. Low force morale, but I think they've got to go for it. So he's got a strong arm, which is going to go. He's got 9, so they're in. They get that extra 2 dice for the booze in the first round. So we'll do strong arm first. That's pretty good. It's 5. 2 hit. 2 here, and they will go up to 2. Right. Combat. Right, the Mercians will have 12, 14, 15, 16 for the drink. And the Northumbrians will have 5, 10, 15, 17. Right, Mercians attacking. They are hitting on 4, 5 and 6s. No aggressive charge. Alright, 3, 3, 3. And coming back. That's pretty good. In fact, it's on 2 groups, so it's going to be very difficult for the Mercians there, 5 on each. Right, left-hand group of Northumbrians. These are all warriors. That's 1 kill, 1 shock. The group with Elf Nick, 1 kill. Is it Elf Nick? It's not. So we're on 2 kill. And right hand group is 2 kill, 1 shock. Okay. So that's a total of 4 kill. Right. Kinneberger's gang. Oh, look at that. 3 kill, 1 shock. Alright, so it's definitely 2. Is it on Kinneberger? It's not, so it's 3. And the other group. Oh, look, another 3 kill, 1 shock. 1, 2, 3. So it's 6 and 4, net 2 to the Northumbrians. And net 2 is withdraw 1 inch for each shock, so they go back 1 inch. These guys will advance. And we go again. So this time the Mercians will have 2, 4, 6. Northumbrians will have 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, Mercians first. That is 3 hits, that's 1 on each. And coming back is 6, which is 3 on each. Right, left-hand group of, that's cocky, left-hand group is 1 shock. Middle group, nothing. Right-hand group, oh, nothing. Oh, here we go. 1 kill, 2 shock, that was a 4. 2 shock goes up to 3. 1 kill, is it the noble? It's not. Excess. And 2 kills. Bizarrely, not excess, because there's only 1 shock there. Total of 3. Withdraw a minimum of 6. If excess shock, yes, add 2. They go to 5, they break. If excess shock, oh no, well, they don't actually. 1 with 1, but these do. So they're going to rout. They go 12. Which puts them in the river. They're dead. It's about how things happen for a warrior group going, which is 3, which is 2 points. They're down to 2 force morale. And then the noble dying, which is 4, and that's 2 points. And the Mercians are on 0, and that's them. They've gone. They will stream away, get caught up in the river. Penda will be hacked to pieces in the edge of the river, and Oswald triumphs, and therefore becomes Bretwalda, even though he's dead by this time in history. But there we are. We'll brush over that.
A quick look at casualties for that battle. Northumbrians had a total of 22, 6 Hearthguard and 16 warriors. The Mercians slightly higher, 27, 1 noble, 2 Hearthguard and 24 warriors. Not quite mirroring Bede's suggestion that more died in the river than in the battle itself. So Oswald will get a straight 4 points for winning that battle, and obviously Penda will get nothing, excepting his head stuck on the end of a spear. To confirm the overall scores in the campaign, Oswald has 13 and Penda had 8 at the end, with Cadwallon bringing it up 3rd position in 4th. To be honest, it was always going to be a 2-horse race between somebody from Northumbria and Mercia, following history obviously, and following the combatants at the battles I've included in the campaign. So here he is in all his glory, Saint Oswald, King of Northumbria and Bretwalda of England. Well, I've had some great fun playing these 5 battles in the campaign for Bretwalda. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have playing, and I'll try and do some more of these in the future. If you can join me then, that'd be fantastic. Bye for now.